So today I thought it was a good idea to do a tier list, so let's get right into that. I'm going to be explaining each of the tiers. There's don't run unless you have to, one trick ponies, boost merchants, two trick pony, controls the match, and best. So let's just hop right into it. Don't run unless you have to is quite self-explanatory. You don't really want to run these units unless you have to. Like, for example, like, you're not going to run Gohan on anything that isn't a hybrid setup or a Sun family setup. So why bother? Not going to be running Goku and Bardock on anything that really isn't a 6 times Zenkai buff for Boobos, or if you want to run Game Originals. Same with Shallet. He's not your first choice on a Saiyan team. So that really explains, don't run unless you have to. Next, let's get into the one trick pony. These are units that really only do one thing, and that is, Zaha with his support, Gohan with his damage, and Vegeta with his long combos. Now, Gohan, I know everybody says he does broken damage, but for some reason, my specific Gohan, I can't get it. I don't know if it's an equip issue or a bench issue, but it is what it is. I mean, wouldn't really change my opinion. He's really only good at doing damage. He can't tank too well, which is honestly quite surprising. Vegeta, all Vegeta really does is just, he just does long combos. That's literally all he's known for. He doesn't tank. I don't think he tanks. He doesn't do anything else. He's just, a long combo merchant. Now, Zaha is quite interesting, and that is because Zaha, he is actually in the, I think it's S tier boost, meaning he does actually do good damage. But the thing is that only makes me want to put him in boost merchant. Aside from that, you just use him for game original support. You don't really do anything else with him. I mean, there's nothing else really to talk about with him. Just, good support. Now let's go on to the tier that might actually raise some eyebrows. That is the boost merchants tier. Now these are units that I think they are good. They are good. That's why they're in between one trick and two trick ponies. But they're not going to be used after this season because they're going to be off boost and they're going to be back doing shitty damage. I mean, Kid Buu, I tried using it before the boost. Let's just say that didn't go well. Buhan, he could have done good damage before boost, but I don't think he could really do good damage now. Gohan is just way too old to be doing good damage. So, I mean, I just don't see a reason why I should even rank him or put thought into ranking him in any of these tiers aside from a boost merchant tier. Piccolo has taken quite a hit since Boobos came out, and that's not because they nullify as indestructible. That's because we have another unit that has decent revive disruption against any unit in the game. But he's only good right now because of boost, but aside from that, he wouldn't be up here if he wasn't on boost. Vegito, this is probably the biggest boost merchant we've ever, well, one of the bigger boost merchants because he really, I mean, he's been on featured a couple times, twice this anniversary, and the one time he wasn't on featured, you literally didn't see him. So yeah, boost merchant it is for him. Now Shallet, now this might get some people confused why he's only a 2-trick pony. Let me explain. First, his first gimmick is that his blue cards, I've talked about this before, the roundabout, fucking 4 different effects randomly, slot machine, green card draws blues guaranteed, but that's his only first trick. The second trick is living a spirit bomb. Now, you could see that as value, but the thing is that he's not doing that every match. And by every match, I mean you're not fighting Boobos every match. Go watch my counter video, my quote-unquote counter video, if you see what I mean, because I did not run into a single Boobos. I thought was kind of sad. But yeah, aside from that, he is just kind of he does mediocre damage. He can't take for shit. But yeah, that's literally all he's known for. Tanking spirit bombs and just a roundabout blue card. You might be wondering why I chose the word and controls the match for the next tier. That's because I believe these units, this is the only actual ordered part of the tier list. They are very well at controlling the match. Like, okay, let's just go from right to left here. Double Goku Black, I'm gonna talk about these two together. I'm not gonna talk about their damage on the damage front because I actually don't have them, but I will talk about their tanking. As someone who's fought these guys numerous times and doesn't have them, these two are some of the most tanky units we have in the meta at the moment. I think Yellow Goku Black probably is the tankiest right now. But yeah, I mean, Revive Disrupt is still very valuable, and especially since it's only against Sunfam, which is only the Revive unit we have right now. I'm actually this is why I actually put, Rose actually higher. But yeah, that's really about that for them. High damage, long combos. I mean, Rose can combo for pretty damn long. Fucking Yellow Rose with just that absurd burst damage and tanking. So yeah. Red UGB is out. The reason why I have him higher is purely because Stardust Fall. That is still very valuable. I mean, you basically can kill any unit in the game as long as, you're actually smart about it, which you could say for really anything. But yeah, his guard gauge is very strong, even if it's very hard to activate, but it does allow you to play passively, which is why I do think that is better especially because he can control the match more. He controls the match better than both Goku Black, especially both Goku Blacks. I think the thing is that you only need to bring one unit in instead of bringing two, which, you know, is obviously better because you can, you know, pair him up with anything else. But yeah, another thing that this guy also has that a lot of people don't talk about is his blast nullification, especially since we got an armor break back in the meta. That is very strong, especially because that's essentially a guaranteed ult if they go for that at mid-range. So yeah, that's really about it for him. I mean, crazy damage is crazy damage, active gauge shenanigans. So that's about it for him. Let's move on to good old Broly. Now Broly, this may raise some eyeballs. I don't like to, especially with units like this, I don't like to base him purely off how much damage and how much the tanking is. I also like to base it off how well they're controlling the neutral game. Like, you know, if people are scared to attack, if, you know, you have, like, you know, auto counters, like green cards or something stupid like that. Yeah, this guy controls the neutral game very well, especially considering how much everyone hates to pop his gauge, but, you know, that's that. But anyway, yeah, aside from that, he does do some pretty decent damage. He can tank pretty well. He has pretty good disrupt. That's really about it. I mean, he just controls the match with his gauge because people are scared to pop it, which will end up making sure no one combos you, and that will make sure you essentially win because you will get off more priorities and get off longer combos. Future Gohan and Trunks. Yeah, I don't think I need to say a lot about this unit. Long combos, high damage, fast damage stacking, endurance nullification on blues that cannot be canceled, endurance nullification on area change that cannot be canceled. Yeah, don't really need to say a whole lot more. Busted disrupt, so that's really about it. Now we move on to the unit I forgot to put on the list, Red Broly. Red Broly would probably be at the very bottom of controls the match. Yeah, very bottom of controls the match with his lock-in, because his lock-in can do good damage. He goes type neutral, meaning he could actually snipe out Goku Black. I think, yeah, that's really all I have to say for him. He can't tank too well. So let's move on to the final unit and the best unit in the game. Ultra Spirit Bomb is single-handedly the best unit in the game. I don't think anyone will really detest to that, or dissent for that, but hey, just stupid damage. Not even with the Spirit Bomb, they just do stupid damage. Long as hell combos, probably the single longest combo unit we have right now. Vanish back on green cards, still very powerful. Don't know what, like, 100% for the first time, twice essentially. If you want to use it with Goku together with Vegeta, then 50% after every single time. Very annoying disrupt, very high cost increase that, you know, is not easily dealt with. And I think it's time to mention, you know, that Spirit Bomb hits like a fucking nuke. I don't think there was really only one unit in the game that can tank that, and that's essentially Shallet, Zaha if you want to be generous, but you're not running into Zaha that often, which does factor into, you know, my placement, which, you know. But yeah, I have him at higher stars, so my rating is a little bit biased, especially because I only have one star of every other unit on the list, except for, you know, Goku Black, both Goku Blacks, Vegito, and Piccolo. But yeah, that Spirit Bomb, if you time it correctly, nothing will live that Spirit Bomb. And I truly mean nothing in the game will live that Spirit Bomb. And which I think is honestly quite funny, because, you know, yeah, fair and balanced. But hey, that's gonna be it. Yeah, best unit in the game will probably still be, you know, SSJ3 Goku and SSJ2 Vegeta probably until October. That's when they're gonna release the hard counter. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be some bullshit counter, but hey, that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.